いつまでもつかない。
Now this is a schedule update for February. Now Roundup mission, as we know, starts today and it ends next month, the 1st of next month. And well, Sam's is out of the door, so it is now officially replaced with the Village Leadership World Championship, and that starts on the 14th and it ends on the 22nd. And All Out mission starts on the 22nd and then that ends March the 1st. Now the upcoming type missions for stage 1 and 3 are skill type shinobis, and stage 2 and 4 are utility type shinobis. On stage 5 and 6 we have a list of shinobis here. You can go through those when you have the time. Now what new updates are added to the game? Well, Madara, the illusionary wall outfit, Sahara, Uchiha the Genin, and Madara, Uchiha White Mask. Those hero keys are added to the Shinobi token exchange, right? So you can find their hero keys within the Shinobi token exchange. So the shop has been updated. Also, the defense fortress has now moved from 20 to 30, and that update really caught my attention because I'm a defender type guy. I love defending. So the fact that you could add more things on your defense fortresses is a plus, right? So give hats off to Bandai for updating. I always said they needed to update that. There are 2 new defense fortresses added. The terrains, I always said they needed to update some new terrains, building some new terrain sets. So they have done that. And the 4-star summoning tickets as well as the attack mission summoning tickets has been updated, and also the Neo Voltage summoning has been updated as well. Right? The 4-star now has Naruto and Sasuke Final Valley. Their new limit break has been added, and the attack mission as well, the same thing, and Neo Voltage now includes the reanimation for Itachi and also Caleb Naruto new set, his new Caleb Naruto new Jutsus. So yes, so there's a plus there in terms of you want to, you never got his LB like myself, you can take a chance by summoning there, which the drop rates are very low. Bandai has really somewhat outdone themselves this round by giving back. I know most people are buying a premium pass, right? Most people. Free-to-play players are even buying the premium pass. So you're getting some extra rewards there as a result of buying the premium pass, right? So that's a plus. Hats off to Bandai for giving us those additional items. So the moment that we have been waiting for, wanted to know what new Shinobi will be dropped come February, right? I really thought we would have gotten 2 Shinobis at least, a new one and an old one. And I thought it was going to be a green type, so I was really looking forward to that green type Shinobi, but Bandai decided to just drop 1. And our new 8-star Shinobi is Momoshiki. They decided to rekit him, and he's now a new 8-star, right? Now his kit is good. You will see later in the video as I go through the kit and their effects, you will see how good his kits are. We'll be looking at how the move looks and stuff like that later in the video. Now let us look at some of the effects that Momoshiki gains after using his EX Ultimate. He hugely decreases his enemy's CP when he's a defender. He also hugely decreases their CP over time once the Jutsu is at level 8. There's a huge probability of inflicting seal and slowed movement, and there's a large probability of inflicting damage over time, basically after using this move. Now some of the personal buffs he gains as a result of using his ultimate is He hugely increases his attack and his critical hit rate. He gains invincibility. He hugely decreases his CP damage. He sets up a damage era. There's a boost in damage output when CP recovery effect is active. He reduces Jade Endurance Protection. So any jutsu that offers that in Final 4 is reduced. At level 8, his EX Jutsu damage reduction for lunge, annihilation, release, manipulation, and impact resistances basically is added. He gains that damage reduction against those type of jutsus. And at level 15, that increases by a large amount. At level 8 as well, he gains damage notification. And at level 15, the time of damage notification is also increased even more. Now please note, this time period will be tested and a future video will be uploaded, right? So look out for that. These are the boost effects that his jutsu gains once we level up his jutsu to level 8. Now, the power of his jutsu increases by 30%. The chances of inflicting seal and slowed movement increases even more based on the level of the jutsu. So the higher the jutsu level, the higher the chance of inflicting seal and slowed movement. He ignores invincibility and status immunity. He gains the ability to revive himself once, but it is not immune to revival cancel, which kind of sucks. I wish I could add some jutsu or some EX ultimate that can basically prevent themselves from getting annihilated by that effect. But I guess that they will do those things in the future. And there's a minimum reduced cooldown time until he uses his EX again, right? So this is the effect of his EX ultimate. It's not a wow to say EX ultimate because he doesn't have he's missing some components like where he could actually cancel revival, but besides that, it is still a very good EX ultimate. It's a full room, and yeah. So would I summon on him? Yeah, I would, because one, he's the newest level 8 Shinobi that is added to the game. And many of us, many people got shafted during the anniversary, so they didn't get like they didn't get the new Naruto, Sasuke, those cats, those Shinobis that came out. So if you didn't get them, summon on this. At least you'll have at least a level 8, and your probability of getting his super is higher because you can buy it also at the shop. Right, so yeah, summon on him, man, because his effects are not bad. And if people could remember when Momoshiki came out before, he's a really good defender. He's a really, really good defender, right? I used to get a lot of problems when I put up on any base that has him defending, and he actually holds his own for a while. Sometimes even when you use EX Ultimate, he dodges it. So I believe that he will be a very good defender. So take your chances and summon on him. Try to get his whole kit, if possible, and put him out there to defend your base, and just wait back and look. See the results or see the fruits of your labor. Now, these are the effects that he gains from his LB. His LB has a lot of effects, a lot of buffs and debuffs, right? So let me look at his LB now. So he hugely decreases his enemy's CP, which we don't realize this is a normal trend. They decrease his CP over time by medium amount as well. So, as I said, a good defender. There's a large probability of him inflicting confusion and paralysis, and a huge chance of slowed movement, right? So he's all about slowing down his opponent. He largely decreases defense, annihilation, manipulate, and impact resistances, right? So, boom. That's, if you could decrease your enemy's defense, there's a higher chance of you one-hitting them. There's the personal buff he gains. He increases movement speed by a small amount. He hugely increases his evasion rate as well as normal, lunge, annihilation, release, manipulate, and impact resistances. At level 8, his annihilation resistances cannot be negated, right? So that's a very good thing that he has a huge evasion buff. That's always a plus whenever Shinobi gains this type of effect. Also, he gains invincibility. He recovers his CP and a percentage of his HP to his max HP, right? So once his HP, once his HP reaches low, he actually, something like what Naruto the Last does, which is very annoying. So I guess he's going to be annoying just like him. This HP recovery increases at different jutsu level, right? So as we know, the higher the level, the higher the amount of HP that he recovers. He sets up a damage area and he sets up trap. He boosts his damage output when CPU recovery is in effect, and also when an enemy is confused or paralyzed. And at level 8, his accuracy increases. At level 15, his EX Gorge boost increases by a huge amount and 40% reduced damage for a period of time. So his damage reduction effect is in effect, gets in effect at level 15, and there's a 40% reduction in damage. So it only takes about 60%. Right, so at LB, I have LB plus 1. I've given, but put them in at LB 1, 2, and 3. So LB 1, there's a damage increase by 10% against assist type. He gets invincibility strip by 4 seconds and damage reduction 5 seconds. He also, all of his resistances increases by a small amount, such as confusion, paralysis, darkness, poison, seal, soul movement. The whole works. At level LB2, the 10% increases to 30, and he gains now the 15-second immunity strip. So he actually gained that immunity strip at level 2, which these new LBs are very much better compared to the old ones, given the fact that you get a lot more at plus 1. As prior, you never used to get anything, you used to always get all the good stuff at plus 2. So the fact that they're giving you invincibility strip at plus 1 and damage reduction at plus 1, that's a plus, right? So hats off to that. So you could actually have him at LB plus 1 in your defender as a defender, and he will still do much work as if he had a plus 2. Plus 2 is just what? Invincibility, immunity strip, 15 seconds, right? So he's a boss at plus 1. So if you don't get him at plus 2, don't fight up. Plus 1 is even good. Now LB plus 3, if you get LB plus 3, that's a plus. That's a huge plus, because these are the effects that he gets. His invincibility strip now goes to 6 seconds. So Tsunade, the new Tsunade, level 4, which only gives 5 seconds invincibility strip. With his move, he strips that completely. So she's nullified by his LB at plus 3. He gains an immunity strip at 25 seconds and damage reduction at 10 seconds. So he strips those things down greatly when he's at LB 3. And also his evasion rate now increases beyond huge. So he's now at huge plus, which is something like the Naruto Hokage. Many people have this effect. I do not know how much evasion has gone up, because you know those cards were old. So I don't know if they have increased the time even higher. So it have to be tested to see how much time that they have increased these things by. And this ability here, this EX Gorge, fully fills up. He gains invincibility again for a longer period, and HP and CPU restores massively when HP is 20% or less. Right, so once his HP reaches 20% or less, his EX Gorge fully fills up. He gains invincibility 1 time, and his HP and CPU restores massively, and this effect ends after 1 minute. So basically this is his last going out. You know, like when you're going to die, you have a effect that kicks in that just say, boy, I'm not gonna die here, and he just hits back, like what he did in the movie, in terms of when his HP was a little bit low and Naruto was giving some mashing him up. He actually came back and just boom, massively just recovered his HP. So I'm guessing that they're patterning what happens in the movie and trying to bring it as much into the game, right? So the game experience and the movie can be somewhat the same. So yes, those are his effects for his LB, and for his level 4, he hugely decreases enemy CP when he's a defender. Normal stuff. Hugely decreases CP over time at level 8. So he constantly decreases his CP, and this one is huge. So his level 4 is even great, right? It's even great. So his new level 4 is a boss. There's a large probability of inflicting confusion, slowed movement. He strips invincibility by 4 seconds. He strips immunity by 10 seconds, and damage reduction by 5 seconds. So if you are going into a final 4 and you want to use his level 4 first, And the person has Tsunade, his invincibility strip cannot strip it completely. So they still have a 1 second still there, right? So he can strip it completely, but as we notice, his LB can. He negates stats increases, and his personal buffs are, he hugely increases his defense, and it cannot be negated when it's at level 8. Invincibility and status immunity for a period of time. So all of his jutsu, or 3 of his jutsu, gives him invincibility, right? 2 of his jutsu, I should say, and as well as his ultimate. He recovers CP and HP for a period of time, and I believe this one is a new move. There's a CP recovery based on damage output, so which means the more he damages the opponent, he gains CP from that. And this seems like it is a new move because it cannot be negated or it cannot be cancelled, right? So when his CP is being stripped, somebody enter final 4 and they're stripping your CP, he could actually gain it back just by attacking, which is crazy, right? So also he detects traps, and damage output increases when CP recovery effect is active. So that when that CP recovery effective is active, he basically hits even harder. So the fact that he hits harder, he's going to be gaining back CP in large amounts. So it's a it goes hand in hand. So this level 4 is really crazy as well. So I can't say it is better than the other level 4s, them from the anniversary, that still have to be tested. But just from the effects alone, it sounds like it is already crazy, right? So can be a good main if you guys decide to use him. I'm going to try to see if I can get his kit and do a video on him as a main. Because sometimes you get tired of just playing one character over and over, and you want some other character to come in so you can spice up and not feel like the game is becoming boring and dead and laggy.